Hi there, welcome to the Animal Intuitive Show. I'm Angela Webb, the Animal Intuitive, and tonight we're going to be talking with viewer pets. Come on, all you doggies, won't you walk with me? I'm the puppet dog. All right, so if anyone's in the chat, can you make sure you can hear me okay? Because I'm having a little trouble hearing. I didn't hear my intro music, so that makes me wonder. So if someone in the chat could just let me know if you can hear me okay. Could just be that I'm not hearing what's being said. So, all right. Well, nobody is saying anything, so somebody in there could just let me know that you can hear me. I got to make sure. Before we get started, we do have someone's pet who I'm going to be talking to tonight, and I do see that Carol is in the chat, but I want to make sure people can hear me before I get started. So, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead, and nobody's telling me they cannot hear me, so let's see. All right, I can listen to myself, so okay. So I have a dog I'm going to be speaking with tonight. Her name is Angel, and I guess Carol is maybe joining us in a moment. So I'm going to bring up a picture of Angel, who I'm going to be talking with this evening. And if anybody else is watching and they would like me to talk with their pet, please let me know in the chat. And if you would like me to talk with your pet in a future episode of the Animal Intuitive Show, it is nice if you're not going to come on live, if you're not the kind of person that wants to like deal with technology. All you have to do really is click the link and put the camera on your pet, and then I can communicate with them live as an animal. I'm a professional animal communicator, which I forgot to say. And so I can either have you put the camera on your pet and I can talk to them live, or you can send me a photo ahead of time, which Carol did. She's been waiting for a few weeks to talk, and I haven't been here, so I'm glad to be back. And where's my girl here? Okay, there she is. Okay, this is Angel. Isn't she cute? She sent me a few pictures, but I thought this was really cute. I don't really know what her questions are, so I'm hoping that she jumps into the chat soon. I did get a little bit of input, so just, to get started, what I'll do is tell you a little bit about how I work. I'm a professional animal communicator of over 17 years. I've been communicating with animals from the time I was very young, which I think most people can do. They just need the tools and the practice to learn how to do it. But I started doing it professionally a little over 17 years ago, and I also teach it. And so when I communicate with them, I'm just tuning into their energy of the animal, and I see sometimes images of what is going on with the animal from their perspective. I sometimes hear things. It's not like you're hearing it from the outside. It's like sentences in your own mind, but you can tell the difference between your own thoughts and the pet's thoughts. Sometimes I will feel things on my body, like, it's a paw hurting, my hand will hurt, or something will, get like a little twinge or something. And there's also just sometimes like a knowing, and also emotional feeling. You pick up on their emotions. And, that's actually a lot of it, is being able to tune in to really get the whole picture. It isn't just seeing that image or that video of what the animal is seeing or hearing something or feeling something. It's what's the feeling of that. So I do think most people can do this, and I teach it, and I think everyone can do it if they want to. And I actually have a brand new class coming up. If you're interested in finding out more about that, I don't have the link on there yet for the course. I may have it in the description tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's taken quite a while because I've set up a whole new Animal Intuitive Academy, and it's actually going to be off of my website, my regular Intuitive Touch Animal Care website. So put your, you can feel free to put your name in. You don't probably want to put your email in the comment. You can email me at Ann with an E at intuitivetouchanimalcare.com. It's going to be a downloadable course, and actually I'm incorporating some elements of acupressure into it. I think it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to do it live first. So and you're going to have a discount if you attend the live course. And then you also get a copy of the course. So it's a really good thing if you get in touch with me so I can put you on the list for that and let you know when it's time to sign up. So go ahead and email me. You can also go to intuitivetouchanimalcare.com, and there's a way to sign up for my email list on there. You can actually do that if you want a free meditation for communicating with animals, or you want a handbook about using essential oils with pets. Those are free, and they're on the front page of my website. And when you do that, it will ask for your email. But I won't know that you're interested in the course, but I'll be sending out a general email to everyone on my email list anyway about it when it's out. So, but if you want to make sure you're on that particular list, just get in touch with me directly. Email me. So, I am waiting to talk with find out what Carol wants to talk about. I will tell you that when I tuned in with Angel, oh, good. Here's Carol. Okay, I guess she was looking for the chat. Excuse me. So, Carol, I'm glad that you're here. So I will tell you the first thing that happened when I tuned in with Angel. Oh, Carol, do you want to come on? I'm not sure if you want the link, if you want me to be able to converse with you live. Some people are comfortable with that. Some people are shy and they don't want to do that. So I can give you a link in the chat, and if you want to use it, you can. But you can also just put your questions for me in the chat. And I will just drop that link in there. And there we go. Okay. So, Carol, if you're not going to come on, just put your questions in the chat. Yes, I can come on, but I have double sound, which probably means you've got two things on, maybe. Maybe you have me playing on your computer, and then maybe you have a phone that's playing this too. So you might want to turn one of those off. That might be what's going on. Try to come on in and let's see what happens. We'll just have to figure it out. And if you want to put the camera on Angel, you can do that too. It's if she's available at the moment. Sometimes it takes a minute for people to come on in, so I'm appreciative for everyone who's watching. And also, sometimes when I communicate with animals, and I am listening often, sometimes I'm very quiet. So on this YouTube, sometimes it doesn't translate well. So people just, I'll see like they drop off when I go quiet. So what you can do is just if it's your phone, tap your screen a couple times and it'll go forward 15 seconds or whatever you have it set to, or you can drag and see if you're able to see when I start talking again and just let go if you don't want to wait. But Carol, you got to click that link, okay, in order to come on, the one I put in the chat. And also, just to let people know, if you're interested in sort of a more in-depth communication with your pet, I do this at a distance for people. You can just follow the link in the description or go to my website, intuitivetouchanimalcare.com, and there's information about that there. Along with acupressure and massage if you're local to me in where I currently live in New Jersey. If you're watching this a year from now, hopefully I won't be here. I'm trying to go south, so let's see what happens though. I said that for the past few years, and then life happens. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk because I don't see Carol coming in. So when I tuned in with Angel before, I'm just now you just I tell everything I get. It often doesn't mean anything to me, so I just give it to you because you understand things that I don't. You have to be open enough to see, okay, that's, oh yeah, this is something that makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense, I also want you to let me know. This is a back and forth conversation. Sometimes I'm even going to be could go in a direction that you don't want to go in, and you want to go in a different direction, and it's a conversation. So you just let me know. But when I tuned in with Angel, I saw what lit up right away was a big like pond or lake, or some kind of body of water that looked not too small. It looked a little bit bigger, and it's interesting because what I saw, that I asked her what about that, and I got a good feeling, but I also got like a plane or something going over it, some kind of or water device, like something that you would play with on the water going over it. And that really didn't mean anything to me personally, so I'm just letting you know that, Carol. That's what Angel told me. So, let me know if you want me to ask her more about that, and let me know if that makes sense or doesn't make sense. And I will continue to... Carol, do you see the link? I'm not sure. Are you having trouble? It's like a couple messages. You see my face there with my dog, and right next to it says the Animal Intuitive. Here, I'll put it in again. There's the link. You just have to click on it, and you'll... I wonder if I'm not hearing you come in because I'm having this weird hearing thing. I don't see you there. Okay. So other than that, let me see what else comes in for Angel. Yeah, she says wet. So we're like the same theme is going on right now. She says target practice, sailing, like all this like interesting like activity, like sports, water. She goes, mention it to her, mention it. Mention it to Mom. See. I don't know. See, oh, this was from earlier. That's weird. Maybe? Yeah, you posted this. Like, I don't know why that's coming up right now, that message. You posted that like a long time ago, before we even got on the air. That's interesting. So just so you know, like the way that I'm doing this is people are watching, kind of waiting for more questions and what have you. This is like just like the same sort of muscle that you use when you think about somebody in your life that maybe you haven't even spoken to in a while, and then the phone rings and that's that person. That's this on a very basic level, but it's that telepathy and intuition that we all have and we're all born with, but a lot of times we're just not taught to use it. It's becoming more and more kind of, I think, people are learning a little bit more to trust their gut and to understand that intuition, is something that's helpful to us and that we do have it, and et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of times people dismiss it. And here's Carol. So it's just like a muscle you have
intuition
to
that
practice.
we all have and we're all born with.
We found each other.
But
now wait a minute. I think I can't hear you, so I'm gonna see what's going on with my hearing.
It's becoming more and more kind of, I think, people
I probably just have
maybe are learning a little bit more to trust their gut and to understand that intuition, is something that's helpful to us.
So yeah, everyone can do this. I've never had student come to a class of mine that couldn't.
And
I'm
here's
very
Carol.
excited about this
So,
class coming up because it's
that
really
allows us to
designed
get an intuition that we all have and we're
for
all born with.
Found each other.
But
Now wait
a
a minute.
mini
I
retreat
think I
feel.
can't hear you, so I'm gonna see what's going on with my computer.
I'm also a
Or
clinical social
kinda, I
worker,
think,
counselor, and I like
people
to make people feel
are learning
relaxed
a
or
little
give
bit more
people
to
tools to
trust
feel
their gut
relaxed, and
and
that's what this is
understand the intuition, you know, it's something that's helpful to us. And
So yeah,
going to
everyone can
focus
do
on,
this. I've
in
never
addition
done
to
it.
animal communication. So I think, I'm not sure, Carol, I think you might have me on somewhere in your home. You'd want to turn that off, like if you have the show on somewhere. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Carol? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Oh, there you are. Wait, I can hear you now. Say something. Say hello. Say hello, Carol.
Oh, can you hear me? I've got all kinds of audio here.
I can hear you. Just make sure you don't have anything on.
Oh dear.
Like, don't watch the show. Turn that off because it'll cause
Okay.
you stay on, but just if you're watching it, don't watch it because that'll cause the sound issue.
Okay, I'm trying to turn you off.
I think I can. You're good now. Your audio is good. You're good. Are you there? I think she froze. She'll have to come back in. She'll come back in. Yeah, so I believe everybody can do it. It's just growing that muscle, tuning in, and I designed this course that's going to be downloadable. So you can keep practicing it. There's going to be meditations included with it, acupressure points. I'm really excited about it. I put tons and tons of work into it. This isn't your like fly-by-night animal communication course that's, just very basic. It's not. It's going to give you the real foundation that you need to begin communicating with animals and become a certified animal communicator with me if you'd like. It's the first level. So if that's something you're interested in. Come back on in, Carol. So animals will give us these images, and the feeling I get is this I get this zoom when Angel's telling me about this this water. So I don't know exactly. I want to hear what she has to say about this. I'm curious. And so, what else about Carol? What else about Angel? Although I will tell you that when I communicate with animals, a lot of times things do come up about the people. That's just sort of part of it. Okay, so let's see. Well, you're answering in the... Well, you were fine, Carol. You could come back in. Okay, so you say, I hear you fine, thanks. She swims in the river. Okay, well, she's pretty excited about that. So she wanted me to know about that. That was the very important thing she wanted to mention. So that's wonderful. She likes that a lot. That keeps her young. I feel like that's really good for her. But if you click that link and want to come in, Carol, otherwise, let me know if you have any questions. You could just type it in if you'd rather. Totally up to you. So yeah, the way that I receive that information is really through the heart, which is like right here, the heart center, the heart chakra. Even, sometimes people will be familiar with that terminology, that we have chakras or energy centers throughout our body. And when you communicate with animals, you really, a lot of times that information, you'll just feel it right here. And that's the feeling I get from her, is this exuberant. So the airplane or whatever that is that I was seeing overhead, that could be something, that could be the feeling, or that could be something literal. But I would need, the person would have to let me know if that's literal or not. Okay, here's Carol. Okay, good. Got you. Okay, let's. Okay, so you said she swims in the river, and then you had a question. You mentioned, how is she doing today? She was quilled. Uh-oh. Do you mean she got quills in her, like from a porcupine? Or is that a term I'm not familiar with? Quill.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. So let's see what she has to say about that. Poor baby. She's.
Yeah.
So I hear. I was just gonna say. I was hear eyes or ice. I was gonna say. Are you? I feel like she got something in her eye or near her eye, and then I hear, and I was like. Then it was like ice. So I don't know if somebody. Did it get near an eye, like the porcupine quill? You're having trouble hearing me, aren't you? You having trouble hearing me?
No, I hear you okay.
Okay. She mentions her eye, and then it was interesting because I heard the word ice, as though, I don't know if you're
Okay.
using ice or if they've, to help with the pain.
I have double audio again. I don't know who to turn off here.
Oh, okay.
But she had probably hundreds of quills. She was under anesthetic for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh, the poor baby. Let's see how she's feeling now. Well, she's still a little groggy, and sometimes when you can still get information from them, but sometimes when they're on medication, it can, at first you kind of have to work through the fact that they're a little bit off because they're, had medication, just like us. If we were given something, we might be a little bit funny. So she's a little bit groggy still. I'm hearing about the IV fluid. Is she still there at the vet?
No, she's home.
Okay. So I feel like the fluid was a good thing. Even though she's not having it now, I think it was a good thing. Like it really, I don't know, like I feel like it did whatever they wanted to do. I mean, I don't know. It seems like they gave her that and it felt good for her to have that. But she's saying that she just says like I'm really kind of resting. I don't feel, whatever they've given her, I don't feel that she's not it's affecting her. It's making her feel better. Whatever the drugs are that they've given her, I feel like she's not really identifying with. I'm asking her if she understands what happened with the porcupine. Shock. Okay, she says no. It was sort of like all of a sudden I was in extreme pain. She says she's mentioning to me what she was like at that moment, like why she was bothering the porcupine or what, the situation that was going on between the two of them. And she says, I felt excited, like it was a plaything, but then I'm getting like this little bit of like, I see her little like, her lip come up, like a little bit of like, there was a little bit of the dog instinct coming out to, get into it, a little bit of aggression. See what else she has to say. It's interesting that the first thing that came up for me before even getting on the call was this lake, the water. Because that's a good point. When I communicate with animals, a lot of times they're not focused on, she's had this like thing happen and they want to talk about what makes them happy, even though she had this terrible thing happen today. That's just how they are. They want to focus on the positive a lot of the time. They don't want to focus on the negative. So I'm not surprised that that's what hit. And it's also when you first tune in with them, especially when I haven't spoken with an animal before and I want to tune in with them and help the person kind of like, okay, am I speaking with your pet? Usually there's some point of reference, and something like that would be her mentioning something that she really likes, because then it's like this connection is made. The person then understands what, okay, yeah, this is my pet. So that isn't a surprise. See if there's anything else. I don't see Carol asking any questions. She does mention too, I feel a little bit weak. Like she's mentioning feeling weak, which wouldn't be a surprise after having surgery. See what else she mentions and see if Carol can respond. I don't see her communicating, but she brings up a small child, a boy, looks blonde, fun. I see them like running outside. Might be Adam or A, something with an A. She's really like an outdoorsy dog, like really likes to, well, look at her with the dirt, but she's really connected to nature and really likes to just be getting into it out there, like physically, real physical. I feel like she's really, I feel good, really good vibes, sort of, for lack of a way to put it, that she's gets a lot of that. Like she's really, like animals really benefit from being on dirt and on earth and connected, like having their paws in dirt and grass and nature. And I feel strongly that she gets that, and it's really good for her. Spunky. Spunky dog. Well, let's see.
Dirt and grass and nature.
Hi,
and
Carol,
I feel
can you
strongly that she gets that,
hear
and it's
me?
really good for her.
Carol, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Anne?
Did you give it permission to use your microphone when you click through? It asks you, or you could use your headphones too.
She gets that, and it's really good for her.
But also
Carol,
feel
can you
free
hear
to
me?
type in the chat, like if anything I said makes sense or doesn't, or if you have any more questions that you want me to ask, or anything you want me to let her know.
To use the microphone when you click through, it asks you, or you could use your headphones.
Can you type?
She gets that, it's really good for her. But also feel free to type in the chat, like if anything said
I don't know how
sense
to
or
convey.
doesn't,
I
or
typed
if
in the
you
chat,
guys
but so
anything you want me to let her.
let me see if anything else comes up.
It asks you,
I'm just
or you
gonna
could
put
use your
here
headphones.
small child boy, maybe A or Adam.
But also feel free to type in the chat, like if anything said sense
Nature
or doesn't,
girl.
or if
Loving life, for lack of a better way to put it. Oh shoot. Um, so yeah, I hope that this little mini, informative lesson has been somewhat interesting for people. And you can, as I mentioned, if you want to really, I have a lot of shows on here that teach animal communication. There's also that free downloadable animal communication meditation on my website, intuitivetouchanimalcare.com. And there's a lot of different things on here where you can learn. I have libraries that sort of section things out. So if you want to learn about animal communication and how to do it, you can go to that playlist, or you can go to acupressure, massage, demonstrations, the elements from traditional Chinese medicine. If you're interested in that, finding out what your pet's element is. And please subscribe and like. I know this has been a little bit maybe scattered today, but hopefully you got something out of it. We're having these audio issues with our guest here, so I'm not sure what happened there, but feel free to come back next week. I think I've totally lost Carol. I feel terrible. Come back and listen, Carol, to this and see if you get anything out of it. I'm sorry. But if you want to come on the show, you can send me your photo of your pet ahead of time, and with an E, at intuitivetouchanimalcare.com, or just, I really do like to know when people are coming. It helps me out because then I don't have to prepare a whole thing instead. And I can just focus on doing these. So let me know ahead of time if you want to have me talk with your pet. And if you're interested in any classes, that, like I mentioned, coming up, I have this class that's going to be recorded live, and you're going to get a good discount for taking part in that. So email me at Ann with an E at intuitivetouchanimalcare.com. You can look for a link in the description, but I'm not sure when I'm going to have that up, so it's coming soon. So thank you so much, for being here, and have a good rest of your day or evening wherever you are. Thank you, and God bless.